coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. It's the Virginia Cavaliers and the Clemson Tigers. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
Death Valley. The tradition is real. You touch the rock, you run down the hill, and it is a beautiful venue. Clemson has become one of the most difficult places to play in the ACC, if not college football. These fans are electric and dynamic. Call it Death Valley for a reason. This is where teams' dreams come to die. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. The Tigers kicker headed toward the football, and their season is now officially underway. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. So Virginia's offense comes onto the field first today. And now here comes Malik Washington. There was a lot of interest in him in the offseason. He's a guy that they are excited to give the reins of this offense. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Hands it off on the counter. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Bounced off his feet.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Looking downfield, it's Washington. Unloads to the right. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Trying to run, it's Johnson. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense. Like getting them into more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Had to throw it before he wanted. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, I don't know if you want that guy outside the pocket very often because he's so fast and he can do some damage, but they did a nice job containing him. Once he left the pocket, they were ready for it, came to him, he tried to throw the football. Nice hit on the quarterback as he's throwing to force a bad pass.
Clemson looking to convert on 4th down. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. They're on the board first here in the season opener. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Looks as if we have a Cavalier who was shaken up on that last play. That is the senior running back who's slow to get up. Holly will keep an eye on things on the sideline for us. The Cavaliers offense all set and ready to get this drive underway. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Turning it on. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there. And the Cavaliers come to the line in the hurry-up.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself.
There he goes! And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Cavaliers! Extra point here will tie the game.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
So they'll decline the penalty. Pleased with the results of that last play. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Motion from the back. Back to throw. It's Denson. Oh, they're after him. Incomplete. That one batted away at the line of scrimmage. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you've got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
Crosses the 45. Breaks into the open. The 10. Touchdown, Clemson. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
Man, he just makes it look so fun to play quarterback. Like, he's playing his own little game. He just scrambles around, takes off. Nobody can catch him all the way to the house for 6.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Off play action on first down. They get to him as he throws. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. The short hands, it's Richard. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake. He lost one down the sideline. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play.
I would love to sit here and tell you that was the greatest play call ever, and the offensive coordinator is a genius. I think that was some really bad defense.
And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. The Cavaliers come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Takes a hit as he fires. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Running inside, it's Richard. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Looking downfield, it's Washington. Gets it to the back. A big third down stop by this defense, but they are still in field goal range. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Oh, and he missed it. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that, Mike,
you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one, make that first impression.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On fourth down, looking for the completion. He's got it. First down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progression. Oh, he's got some space. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Well, we know the game of college football is always evolving and changing, and one of the biggest reasons why is the quarterback evolution. Dual threat quarterbacks. You're seeing 2 great examples.
Throws toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And, man, this defense, they look a little bit frustrated. Like, he's done this time and time again here in the first half, and it's still early in this football game, but they got to find the answer for his legs. Like, he's chewing up too many yards, making too many big plays. Got to find a way to make him one-dimensional and make some bad things happen when he tries to take off and run the football.
Really nice job there by the quarterback. That it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That is the senior offensive lineman who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on his condition. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. On the move from inside his 5. He's got great speed. And the tackle is made on the return, but a penalty flag has flown, and I think they may be backing it up a bit. They'll get a little bonus yardage added on with that face mask penalty, adding 15 to the return. And it'll be first down for this offense after the personal foul. Back to throw, it's Washington. Finds the tight end. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. After that last play, there is a Clemson Tiger slow to get up. While they have a look at the injured player, will take a timeout. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Under fire. Big sack. This defense all over it.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. It's funny, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. So after the break, they'll go back to work. The handoff to Johnson. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game. And let's...
Finding some room. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. This time he wants to throw. Get it out on the screen. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling past and kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The offense changing the play. Rides the back and leaves it. A 5-yard pickup there leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Clemson is quick to the line. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. To throw, it's Denson. Makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. And the Tigers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Gonna look downfield again. He's got it on the run. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down.
Coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. Offense set on first down. They'll send the back in motion. To the air on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Richard. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Short completion on first down, and here they are with 2nd and 8. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Richard. And he could not get loose on the run. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. And the Cavaliers decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's got it. Slips through the line. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Gets the back moving. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground.
Well, no doubt that was the primary target the quarterback wanted, just not on the same page on that one.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Johnson. 7-yard pickup on that one. 3rd down and 3 coming. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo. He got just enough to move the sticks, and that'll set him up with a 1st down after the 2-minute timeout. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it and fires to the left. There he goes! Around and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The play-action fake. Escapes the pressure to his right. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield. It's Johnson. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback, playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Smashes in between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Looking to pass. It's Washington. Fires one high and deep. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Virginia. And they take it in for 6 points.
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Trying to escape and get it himself. Quarterback gets the first down and more. Clemson calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Looking downfield on first down. Here's a heat. He gets away. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Clemson jumps to the line.
This guy's getting himself into a rhythm here early. You just saw a beautiful throw on the previous play. Now he's showing off the speed, and you can't blame him, honestly. When you run like him, even if it's first down, if it's not open, just take off. This defense is going to be on their heels all game long if they can't find a way to start slowing him down.
Back to pass, it's Denson. It's on target and complete. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. And the Tigers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Gets it out fast. Finds a creek. Snags it and he's open. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain and they're set up with a first and goal.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
This has been an outstanding job by this football team in the middle eight, right? The last 4 minutes of the first half, they score a touchdown, and here in the first 4 minutes of the second half, they score another. They've changed the scoreboard. They've changed the momentum. Their confidence right now is very, very high. But this is one of those areas situationally in a game coaches are always harping on, and they have executed perfectly.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. If the offense has had enough, they'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's start with a look at the Kennesaw State Owls taking on the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the Owls looking to get the job done on the road. Right now it's early, but they lead this season opener. And as we check in on these notable matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football truly is. And now back to your game in Death Valley. And in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see two offenses rely on off-tackle left, off-tackle right, and even a few halfback dives. Physical offensive lines and elusive backs have told the story. A throwback to the halcyon days of 3 yards and a cloud of dust.
The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Pulls it in. It's Moore. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and Nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Off play action. Moving out to the right. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. A nice job by the QB, scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Clemson will send the punt team out. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Virginia ready to get things going as the offense takes the field. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. So now it's second and long. Wants to throw. It's Washington. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
And that's a great job by the defense, not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the play.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Makes the grab. Makes the catch, and he's free. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. So after feeling like they were in all kinds of trouble, now they'll come to the line, first down and plus territory. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
They go right back to it. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Off the boot, looking for his man. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Cavaliers! Fitted in the window for the score.
We're in the second half of this game. You're trailing, David. No surprise there. You got to throw the ball to the guys that are making plays for you. He had already had a touchdown catch. That's number 2 now. And if they're going to get back in this game, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Amen. I mean, keep finding him. He keeps making plays, keeps catching the football. And listen, when you find that matchup outside that works, that you can depend on, I don't blame quarterbacks for going back to them time and time again.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That lead is now 10, down to a 2-possession game, and it's on this offense to try to stretch it back out. Getting that push, they pick up a 4 out to the 26.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Jumped on top of the pile.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got it. They drag him down, but not before he picks up a Clemson first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Clemson set up with another first down. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused.
He's going to throw deep right side. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. Looking for the edge, it's Richard. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. That is the senior running back who's slow to get up. Holly will keep an eye on things on the sideline for us. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Turning it on! Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to Davis. Fights off a defender. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop him on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. The Cavaliers will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Washington. Got his man. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offside, defense.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. He'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. 2nd and 10 here. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Virginia! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. His 3rd touchdown of this game, and his 3rd on the season.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Show him a little juke, and he's up to the 30 before he stopped.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running inside, it's Davidson.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. When you play receiver for this guy, you better be ready to catch the football. He's spread it all over the place through the first 3 periods. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. They want to run this quarterback. Looks as if Clemson will have the first down. First down here as we dive into the college football season. A Week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical on the line of scrimmage by this offense.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. For a quarterback, those mechanics need to be second nature, but sometimes they can get a little rushed.
Yeah, and we've seen that. We've had spin sessions on the field before games with Jesse, and just gets on that back foot a lot and just can't stay consistent at all. It might be the hair gel, weighing him down, but that back foot just starts to slide in there. Mechanics get bad, sloppy.
Scanning the field, it's Denson. Makes the grab. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Looking to throw on first down. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's first, runs through a man. He might have space. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. They've been great on third down. Now to finish the deal on first and goal. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw. Flips it out in the flat. So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well.
As a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
They'll go with a direct snap. No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's third and goal.
Well, two things you're thinking about here offensively is, one, you want to take as much time off the clock. But two, you really want to score another touchdown to make this a 2-possession game.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. And they add 6 forward to the board with that trip to the house. The Tigers are back on top.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Looking for a man. It's Washington. Makes the grab. It's Courtney. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. And the Cavaliers can really attack on this second and short. Looking to fire. Buys a little time with his feet. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. The Cavaliers headed quickly to the line. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Bears the pressure. He'll pull it down and run. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on fourth down. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
And I know they're down by a couple of possessions, but you got to get the first down, and I feel like he did.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming.
Nice job by this defense getting to the QB and getting him on the ground, creating the negative play. This offense must have seen something because they're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
I'll tell you, this offense just can't afford too many more incompletions because time's running out in the game. They need big plays in the passing attack, vertically down the field, and they've got to score some touchdowns.
On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He'll pull it down. At midfield, he's got room. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Behind the chains now on second and long. Looking to throw, it's Washington. It's caught downfield. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down.
Man, you got to like these last two plays by this offense. You understand, you're in a deficit. You've got to score multiple times to get back in this football game. Nice job pushing the ball down the field, making explosive plays. They're going to need more of it, and they're going to need it fast.
Wants to fire on second down. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right...
Breaks into the open. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Quarterback moving. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, they got their hands team out there for a reason, and that's why in these situations you put receivers, tight ends, and dudes that can hold on to the football, knowing that, hey, all we got to do is recover this onside kick, and David, we win the game.
And man, this is such a low percentage play, right? Like, it's so hard to kick an onside and actually have it bounce correctly and go right. You're right, they put the right players on the field. They didn't get the good bounce, and this one's over.
Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple.